Well, hello and welcome to Tom Q's Tech Tips. We're in the continuing saga of me preparing for a conference that I'm going to be doing actually in the next week. And so we're going to actually be using the Google Plus Hangout on Air system that I'm using right now, but I'll be broadcasting someone else. And I'm going to be using this camera, which I have hooked up to my computer with some equipment that I've reviewed previously. We'll talk about that in just a second. But today's review is about the little app for iPad called Duet Display. And so the whole purpose of this is to provide some extra real estate that's non-obtrusive in the conference atmosphere. Normally I have a 22-inch television hooked up to this early 2011 MacBook Pro via Thunderbolt, and that works great, but it's 22 inches. I'm going to be kind of in the front of the conference area, and I just don't want it to be super obtrusive. So anyway, I purchased this app a little while ago called Duet Display, and what I'm going to do is try to switch cameras now. So let me just see if I can click into the settings here. All right, so here's the iPad, and actually here's the equipment that I have hooked up to the camera. This is the Blackmagic Design Ultra Studio Mini Recorder that's hooked up to Thunderbolt to my Mac, and via the CalDigit Thunderbolt Station 2, which gives me a lot of extra ports and things. But anyway, this iPad right now is acting as a second display. It is hooked up via USB. USB is actually plugged into the Thunderbolt station. So all that's going on over here. And so anyway, this is the Thunderbolt TS2. The USB cord from the iPad is plugged in here. The Thunderbolt station is going into the Mac with a Thunderbolt cable. So rather than being an iPad right now, this iPad is acting as a second screen for my Mac. So that was actually a Safari for Mac window that I just dragged from one screen to the other. Got Apple menus, I've got Safari menus. If I bump my mouse down to the bottom, I should have a dock down here. So fully functional. It looks like a little Mac over here, and but it's an extra display. And those of you that have used the Google Hangout on Air system know that let me just move this out of the way for a second. That when you're doing Hangouts over here, let me go ahead and click over here. If you're just watching or something like that, it's fine. But if you want to do something like share a screen, so maybe I want to share the screen that we were just looking at. It's terrible when you only have a 13-inch screen because you can't see now the window that you're sharing. So, but with this Duet Display app, or another monitor, I can actually come over here now and look at it myself and scroll what the window that you're actually seeing scrolling. I'm actually able to control it in the separate window. So the cool thing is, let me go ahead and stop that, is that while this is running, this Duet Display, which I've installed a client on my Mac. It says download for Mac, download for PC. You buy the Duet Display app for about $15. I bought it a few months ago when it happened to be on sale for about half that. So I don't know if they still run sales, but you might keep an eye out for it. I bought it for $7.50, and you install it on the iPad. So I have this little app running, and so the cool thing, you just saw it happen. I'm actually using the iPad. You can use the iPad as an iPad. So if I want to, maybe check my mail, I could either do it via the Mac Mail or I can do it via iPad Mail. Got text messages and so forth. So I can do that, or tap back on the Duet Display, and I'm back into the mode where I'm sharing this with Max. So anyway, what do I want to do? I've already shown you me sharing this display. So you can, whatever you want to do. It's going to make it easy for me to go back and forth from monitoring the video, which I'll be doing in this screen, to actually monitoring a second display and whatever I happen to have running over in this window. So I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about. Maybe we could talk about compatibility. This will work on any iPad other than the very first one. So iPad 2 and above, iPad mini, first generation and above. I'm personally using an iPad Air. So not the latest one, but iPad Air 1. And I would say it's very responsive. Oh, I could pull up, let me just do this real quick. There is a menu that happens on your Mac that pops up. And so there's some options that you can run inside here. For instance, I'm running the regular resolution, but you can run full Retina mode, which is absolutely stunning, or a high resolution mode where it does, displays the incredible number of pixels, and things are too small to read, in my opinion, on that. You can also adjust the frame rate. You can go with either 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second. I'm choosing the lower settings because I want the maximum quality of broadcast, and I don't want my CPU cycles being wasted on me seeing a really smooth display. I want the viewers to be seeing a really smooth display. So anyway, there are some options. There's some additional ones. You can find out some more details on their website. But anyway, that's what I'm reviewing today. The app called Duet Display. You can read more about it at duetdisplay.com. Let me switch back and say goodbye. So thank you very much for watching Tom Q's Tech Tips. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. So thank you, and have a good day. Bye-bye.